y'all, what's up? It's your favorite LA, your bestie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you know when we're live. I'm very excited because actually, not that happy with myself because I said I was going to do 3 and 4 in one video, but today I'm getting through 3 really quickly. Episode 3 of Love is Blind is why we're all gathered here today. We are in the living room today. So we're in a different spot today. Yesterday we were in my bedroom, which I really like to record from. But today we're in a new spot. I am going to just get into it right now. Let's split the screen right now, baby, and see what our lovely cast of Love is Blind is up to today. Let me get my notes pulled up. I just want to dive into everything with you guys so we don't miss a beat. Let's start. Oh, perfect. They were so happy in love. Let me expand this for us. So, on this episode at the very beginning, Joey and Monica, they finally meet. They're very excited. They're genuinely both happy to see each other. My only concern is that I feel like Monica is really playing it up, like really, really playing it up. So that concerns me for her. She's overly excited. Of course, but she's a woman. She's just gotten engaged. So yeah, she's gonna be excited, but the girl cannot compose herself at all. So I am going to split the screen so we can see a little bit, but I know my last video unfortunately got blocked, so we're not going to do that again. So let's go and do a side by side. We'll present the Monica of it all. So here we are. This is Joey. Him and Monica are just meeting after the engagement. They look great together. Monica is very excited about this. And she even, like, look at these two together. She even runs. Look at this girl. She's so excited. I love that for her. So nothing exciting about them though. So I'm glad that they're engaged. But again, she overly likes Joey. A lot of us women know that never works out in our favor when we're overly into the guy. We usually miss a bunch of red flags. She even calls him Tarzan. So she's super, super attracted to him. And I don't remember if he ever complimented her one time. I don't think I remember any compliments from Joey to Monica that were as exuberant and joyous as hers. Because she was like, "Oh, when I was young, I watched Tarzan and you look like Tarzan, and I love the hair, and I love this, and you look so good, and I like your shirt." She complimented him on every single aspect. And I was like, "Okay, girl, you doing a lot." So let's move on to the first date of episode 3. It is Daniel and Taylor. Taylor is the one with the voice complications.
Makes sense.
Nothing wrong, but her and Daniel are just super boring. Super boring. It's a snooze fest. Sorry. And then we move on to Sarah and Ben. I like Sarah. Sarah is a proponent for the LGBTQIA community. She has a sister that she keeps referencing, and I don't know if the sister is maybe trans or if the sister is a lesbian woman. I don't know, but she wants her partner, and she makes it very clear her partner has to be open, accepting of her family, and she's not wavering on that. I absolutely love that. And then even later in the episode, she asks Ben, what does he think of BLM? He says, oh, I didn't vote. If it's not affecting me, I usually don't get involved. I try to keep my head down. And she is completely turned off, and rightfully so, because what a moron. How do you live in a democratic country? You don't exercise your right to vote. You don't have an opinion on anything. And in a political climate like we have now, not having an opinion is an opinion. Not voting is a vote. So she goes to the ladies' suite and she tells them on the second half of when they meet later in the episode 3 that she's completely turned off. And you can see the hurt in her eyes. So Sarah was not happy about that at all. The next day is our favorite girl. You know, our girl Maddie. I'm calling her Maddie, but it's Madison, y'all. This is our girl Madison.
To hear
she is going on a date with Alex, and she's so cute because she gives him a teddy bear, the one that she cuddles up with at night while she's in the ladies' suite or at the hotel, wherever they're staying. So she has production take her little teddy bear over to the guy's side and put it in the room before her and Alex have a date. And she's trying to make him, because in episode 2, Alex really expressed his kind of hesitation. And I don't know why his energy is changing, but it is quite the switch. That would make me concerned for Madison later on in the relationship when he's feeling like, I don't know if I want this anymore. That is the concern for me. So I don't know if Alex is eventually going to switch up on Madison, but she loves this guy. Even though I've been saying and advocating for Mason to be her partner, she's obsessed with Alex. So I don't know. I don't know. Then in the next date, let's move on to the next date in which Madison meets up with Mason. So you can see here he has the bear that she gave him. And I don't know. It's just something about these two. I don't like it. But she's gone. She's gone in her head. She's not coming back to him. So we can move on from that. Even at the end of this episode, spoiler alert, turn it off if you haven't seen it. At the end of episode 3, we get a bit of a stronger connection for these two. Not a proposal though, so stay tuned. So Mason next meets with Meg, and we can pull that up. So Madison and Mason meet up, and then Mason and Meg and Mason move into their date. So you can see that is our boy Mason.
Meg, I've never connected
and
with
our
anyone,
girl
really.
Meg is here. We like her. He has Madison as his number 1. So unfortunately, Meg doesn't know that, but Meg can sense that he's not fully into it. He's not fully into it. She even says something later in the episode where she's like, okay, bye, I miss you. And then she asks herself, why doesn't he say, I miss you back? So she knows. And next up is, I'm going to say it. Let me say this. The Black girls are not getting any play this season from production. And we've had a bunch of gorgeous Black women on the show, cast on the show, but they're not getting any play from production. So I think production, because they were getting a lot of flack, rightfully so, online, on TikTok and YouTube and Threads about the way that Black women were being treated on the show by the cast. And the type of men that were being cast for Black women on the show. So they're either being more careful or they've decided to not even bother and show the other connections, because we do have two Black women who have a strong connection in episode 3 or in this season, but the other Black women that are just hanging out in the lady suite, we aren't seeing any of their dates, not even one date for the other 3 Black women on this cast. I think that's very telling. And I think production is saying, I'm not bothering with this because I know the flack we're going to catch if these women don't have an amazing experience. So they may be done with it altogether. And I say, fine by me. Don't drag no sisters through the mud for TV or for ratings. I don't like it. So then we see, after Meg and Mason, we see Lauren and Dave. They go on a date. I'm sorry, y'all. He makes another age joke about her being 30 years old. We don't like it. I can't take it. But he does tell her that he can see himself proposing to her. And I think that's kind of cute. But then Molly and Dave have a date. And Molly and Dave have a conversation that's a little weird for me. And I'm going to tell you why it's weird for me. Actually, I'm going to play why it's weird for me. And before I even play it, let me run my little please. Let me run my little fair use commentary because they like to play.
Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Okay, guys, I had to run the fair use because Netflix flagged my last video because I was using the content to show you guys clips from the episodes. So I'm protecting myself. That's why you're getting still images, but still from the episode. I'm going to play this though, and Netflix, do not flag my video because we all need to see this. At 30 minutes and 50 seconds, I'm going to start at 30 and 40 seconds, 30, 48. Let's listen to what Dave has to say to Molly on their date. Keep your ears open.
Super emotional people about like all these like dramatic emotions that people are having. Like, we just want to have fun together.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the goal.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Let me take it back. I don't know why it's not playing out loud for me. I am going to run that back just so you guys can hear it. Why is it not playing out loud though? The volume's up on there. Volume is up on there. And nothing else is playing, right? Okay, let's try it again. And give me a thumbs up in the comment section if you can hear it. Hi, Eat, Pray, Vibe. Hi, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you.
Gosh.
Okay, I'm going to try to play this again.
We aren't super emotional.
I don't know why I'm not getting
about,
sound, y'all, but don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you what he says. This guy says, in the date with Molly, we, meaning him and Molly, we're not having all the super dramatic emotions like everyone else in here. We just want to have fun together. Is that not giving like hookup language to you guys? I don't like that. Why would you ever say that? You say, we just want to have fun together. That's so hook up, frat boy. I don't know what's up with Dave. Dave is not, I said it last episode that I reviewed. I'll say it this episode. Dave is not here to be a husband. Dave said it plain and clear. I like our connection because you and we just want to have fun together and there's no super dramatic emotions. This is a show where marriage is the goal, engagement is the like next step, and you're telling this young lady that you and her just want to have fun together. They do get into a serious conversation, which I thought was very a huge juxtaposition to the conversation that he had earlier with Lauren. him and Molly really have a conversation about their schedules at work, how living together would be, what time she would get home from work. But even though they had a conversation that was much deeper, I don't know. I feel like men like Dave try to go to the bottom. You know how water settles? That's what I feel like men do. And Dave says he has some left versus right political views. So he can muster up some layers about himself, but he chooses the low-hanging fruit of being a bro. So he even mentions to Lauren in the prior date that he is afraid to show this side of himself to the world. So I think societal pressures give men and males this lowbrow, lack of compassion, lack of empathy, only to pillage and conquer without remorse type of, like, that's your personality. That's who you get to be in society as a man. So I think that really does such a disservice. And I feel like Dave could put a little seasoning on who he is and become just a better person. But it's so easy just to revert into bro land. You know what I mean? He gets to be a bro. That's it. Anyway, so I don't like Dave, but I think putting yourself in his shoes, he's just a man that chooses the easier path of being a bro, being funny, instead of being like a responsible adult human being, something you have to work and be invested in, right? None of us are just naturally, some of us, I guess, we are naturally good people, but for males, I think maybe it's just different. And of course it is. I think society pressures them to be womanizers and pressures them to not have feelings and just be strong through everything. But he's like, I do have that side. I'm just afraid to show it in the world. So do with that with you what you will, but doesn't sound like a partner I would want. But we get into our favorite couples, and that is Devin and Virginia. And Devin and Brittany. So the girls go through, they build this fort. That was so weird to me. I don't know why I hated the whole fort thing with these girls. Because it gives this, to me, perpetual Peter Pan type of juvenile. I didn't like it. It gave Peter Pan to me with all these 30-year-old women building a fort. That just irritated my soul.
But I also don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, don't say it. Just.
Anyway, so let's move on to Devin and Virginia, which I love. Virginia, I have to say, I really do enjoy her, but
I know you said like you've been closed off from like telling people.
The problem is Devin is telling Virginia that he doesn't think she's opening up. And we get into episode 4, which I'll do later today or tomorrow. I might do a pre-recorded video of episode 4 and 5 review, and then 6. But I got to be done with episode 6 before the new episodes drop. So he's telling Virginia here, who we see in the clip, that she is not opening up, and he can't make a decision as far as engagement or marriage if he doesn't know everything about her. Moving on, he has a date with our girl Britt, who is just the most adorable, energetic, lovely woman. Clock that T, chef's kiss for Britt. I love her. So we. Oh, you were here? Thank you. Dave, hello. Can I put this on the screen? Dave equals loser. Dave is the biggest loser. I don't know what it is. No, I know what it is. Dave rests on, I'm able-bodied, I'm white, I'm male, I'm straight. That's it. I don't have to have a personality outside of that. I don't have to do anything outside of that. And that does such a disservice. No, I love the name. Let's Eat, Pray, Vibe is beautiful. Chef's kiss. But when you say you want to change your name, I do think the same thing, because once we grow, like Janae Naylor went from High Low Lux to Janae Naylor because she had to rebrand. And it made sense, right? Because we're all saying her name now instead of high-low looks. So I agree 100%. Change it. Do what you got to do, girl. And we need to be on here together. That's next. We got to be on here together. Okay. So we see Britt and Devin have a date. Britt is, again, basketball coach. Devin is a basketball coach. Britt doesn't coach, I don't think, anymore, but Devin is still a coach. He has a basketball training business. They just have a great connection. And even later in the episode, he tells Britt that everybody in the male's pod, on the male suite, they're all talking about her for him. So, oh God, low effort AF for sure. And I love the energy Britt brings to Dev. Couldn't get a better match. You could not get a better match. The only thing is I wish we could see at least 1 or 2 other dates from the Black women on the show. I don't know. Even though, let's move on back to Madison. This is our girl, though. I don't know. Something about Madison. She is great.
Past versions of ourselves.
TV.
I think so. That was a really good moment.
Yeah.
And I completely.
Madison is great for the show. Love this girl. But Alex, let's pull up Alex. Alex is giving Madison way different energy, and she can tell. And it's making her very sad because she really, really likes Alex a lot. And this is her top, but the other guy, Mason, has Madison as his top. So his energy is low. He's getting really cold feet, but I think because he's really putting thought into making this decision about who he's going to end up with at the end of the experiment. But she does say, which I consider Madison either a seductress or a manipulator or both. Madison, I don't think she's a bad person, but I think because of her childhood, she's grown up with survival skills of seducing and manipulating her way into situations or out of situations. So she does say, if you need someone else with less baggage, I understand and you can make a different decision. So she tells that to Alex here. And I just feel like Alex wasn't connected with her anymore. But I don't see Alex on dates with anyone else. So I don't know if Alex is going to show up with anyone else. Oh, girl, you better stop. Are you serious? You don't like Devin? Oh, that's so good. So did you see? Wow, maybe we need to hop on a call. I like Devin. The only hesitation I had with Devin was his age. But now that you say ooh, that is juicy, juicy, juicy. I can't believe you just said that, girl. I cannot believe you just said that. You just blew my mind. So I really love Madison and Alex together, but I think they're just trauma bonding. I don't think it's a great relationship because, they both have really traumatic childhoods that I think will just give them a horrible relationship where they're so codependent on one another. They're missing red flags. They're not treating themselves with respect and dignity. They're always anxious to prove something to one another. I just don't see a great connection for them two. But then we got Miss Ma'ams. And I want more for her. And I don't even want more for her. I want her to want more for herself. This is Meg. I really, really like her. She's on a date with Mason, who we see.
I actually appreciate that.
Okay. If you go on the getaway, no matter who it's with, do you plan on having sex there?
I don't know. I want her to want more for herself. She does a black sit that annoys me. So I don't know. Maybe I don't want more for herself. But Meg does a black scent not even very well. It's the type of black scent that you would expect from Minnesota, right? So, yeah. This is a date where she wonders why he never says, I miss you back when they end the date and she says, okay, bye, I miss you. And he never says it back. So she like kind of ponders to herself, why doesn't he say it? Well, we know why, because Madison is his top. And with Madison being his top, he's just not gonna give you what you're looking for, girl. Okay, episode 3. We're moving on. Who else did I have? Madison and Mason have a cute date. They banter back and forth. He tells her he's really vulnerable with her in this last date of episode 3. Second to last date of episode 3. Mason tells Meg that, he's being really vulnerable with her. He doesn't like that he has to see other women in this experiment. He wants to commit himself to her. And this is the face she makes when he's
I feel
giving
like you
her
are a person that I can be honest with. And I feel like you would want to know something like that. And yeah, I think like my other connection, I'm getting just like a little more when it comes to like that affirmation.
Well, let me see if I can pause it there. It's not great. The exchange is not great, but he can't see her face, of course, but she is like, she's making the faces you make when the guy that your friend doesn't want to talk to at the bar comes up and talks to her. The face like, she is not feeling his advances. He wants to advance to commitment, and she's like, I'm waiting for Alex, baby. I don't even know why we still here. But she absolutely kept him around knowing that Alex was her top. When she could have let him go, she chose not to let him go because she wanted both options. She knew how much, and she mentioned it a few times, how much Meg loved Mason and how her face lit up when she would come back from a date with Mason. But Madison wanted to keep both options. So Mason is giving her all of this, all of that. And then at the very last date of episode 3, which I think is so cute, is Alex asks her to be his girlfriend. And then Alex reveals in the guy's suite that he is not happy for the man that Madison has to break up with. So that is season 8, episode 3 in a wrap. I hope you all enjoyed my breakdown. I love these live streams. They're so fun. I get to connect with you all. I'm hoping that you love my new, I think I'm going to record here all the time. I really enjoy it. The lighting is great. The backdrop is pretty cool. I got my girl hanging out with me. My new little floor lamp, which I love. I got some eucalyptus back there. My books are hanging out. Yeah, so we're doing good in this area. I'm at my kitchen table. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out with me. I am going to wrap it up. Please be sure to like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel. We're going to grow and go, and I'm wishing the best for all of you. Happy Sunday night. Bye.